All right, let's get into this. We always hear these stories about tech founders chasing the latest, greatest trend. But what if the most powerful ideas don't come from chasing what's popular, but from fixing your own biggest problems? Today, we're diving into the story of a founder who did exactly that, building an incredible AI-powered business, not because it was cool, but because she had to.
And it all started right here, with this one piece of brutally honest feedback. I mean, imagine your client saying that to you. Ouch. It's direct, it stings a little, right? But for Mary, a web designer in Nigeria, this wasn't an insult. It was the spark. It was the moment that laid a problem bare, and it kicked off everything that came next.
So let's paint the picture. This is Mary. She's a self-taught creative, a solo founder, just trying to make it work. She didn't have a big fancy office or a ton of venture capital. Nope, she was in the trenches, trying to survive the daily grind of building a business, all by herself. And here, you can see the split pretty clearly. On one side, Mary was a total rock star with the technical stuff. Web design, fixing tech issues, handling complex tools, she had that down. But on the other side, that creative, visual stuff, branding, graphics, whipping up mock-ups, that's where she hit a wall. Sound familiar? It's a huge challenge when you're a one-person show. You just can't be an expert in everything. And this right here is where the whole story pivots. Mary turned to AI. But here's the crucial part. She wasn't just hopping on a bandwagon. For her, AI wasn't some buzzword to put on a resume. It was a lifeline. It was a practical, real-world tool she could build herself to fix those weaknesses we just talked about.
Her approach was just so beautifully simple. She didn't set out to build some giant world-changing platform. It was way more practical. Every single time she ran into a problem in her own work, she just built a small, specific AI tool to solve that one thing. Step 1, find a need. Step 2, build a fix. Step 3, solve the problem. That's it.
And check out some of the first things she built. You can literally see her solving her own problems in real time. Struggling with mockups? Boom, website mockup generator. Branding feeling weak? Brand identity generator. Social media posts taking too long? She built the tool for that too. Each one of these was a direct answer to a real headache she was dealing with every single day.
And this is where things really started to take off. What began as just one tiny solution for one tiny problem, it started to snowball. One tool, then 5, then 10. Before she knew it, she had built this personal arsenal of over 25 tools, each one making her faster and better at her job. So at this point, she's humming along, solving her own issues, making her work better. But then comes the aha moment. The moment she realized that these little tools she built for herself had some serious, and I mean serious commercial power.
So let that number sink in for a second. 1.7 million naira. That's a lot of money. And get this wasn't money she made. This was the amount of money one of her systems saved a client's office on a single project. That was the moment Mary realized, whoa, these little tools I've been building, they aren't so little after all. They had massive, real-world value.
And you can probably guess what happened next. That realization changed everything. All those little individual tools she built just to survive, they came together to form something way bigger, a powerhouse, one-woman agency.
So from the outside looking in, if you were her client, you'd be blown away. You're getting these slick brand strategies, amazing content, professional marketing assets, the whole 9 yards. It looked and felt like you were working with a fully staffed, multi-talented creative agency. But here's the kicker. It was just her. The whole show. Just one woman, powered by an entire ecosystem of AI tools that she built, from scratch, to turn her weaknesses into her biggest strengths. It is an absolutely incredible model of efficiency.
Mary's story really helps us see this new kind of founder emerging. We're talking about someone who is resourceful, self-taught, and completely unstoppable. They aren't just using technology, they're building it to solve the real, tangible problems right in front of them.
So as we start to wrap this up, the big lesson here is pretty powerful. Mary's entire journey is this amazing case study in how to turn your biggest limitations into your most powerful innovations.
So what's the big takeaway for you? Well, it's pretty simple. Start with your own problems. Don't sit around waiting for someone else to build the perfect tool for you. Go build it yourself. See, your limitations, they're not a disadvantage. They're actually a roadmap for what to create next. And it just goes to show, technology can be an incredible lifeline, leveling the playing field for anyone willing to get their hands dirty.
And I'll leave you with this final thought to chew on. Mary's story really forces us to look in the mirror and ask this question. That thing you always struggle with, that skill you wish you had, that problem you wish someone would just solve for you. What if that isn't a weakness at all?
What if that's the very thing that holds the key to your next big idea?